man hates somebody and he is celebrating and rejoicing either in the misfortune or in the challenge of his victim, hate is wicked. I think they say they're always flying abroad. He just lost the bank job now. Good for them. Lost the job. Lost the house. Good for him. I hear he's in the hospital now. He had an accident. Even to the point of celebrating bereavement, the wickedness of hate. And as far as I'm concerned, that borders now on witchcraft. It is bitterness that graduated into witchcraft. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 6, concerning love, the Bible said it does not rejoice in iniquity. It doesn't rejoice in evil. Now, I am not talking about where an evil man is judged, like a witch in a village, like a strong man, a cultic person who got a deserved judgment. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about people experiencing this kind of thing. I'm talking about the reason why you are hated is that you are handsome or beautiful, or that you are a Christian, or that you are still alive, or that you are successful, or you are not a failure. Or let me say, you are not asking them for money. You are not begging anymore. You are not borrowing anymore. So you are hated. And the job that is making you not to beg again, you lost it, they celebrate it. Whatever is making you not to look wretched, once anything happens, they celebrate and jubilate. That is toxic hate. That is the world in which we live. Do you know there are people who will never greet you until they heard maybe you are in the hospital or your loved one. I heard that you are not well. I just called to say sorry. That sorry is not a sorry. That sorry is a hatred. It's a celebration. And there are some people whose call you may not need to receive at such times, when you know that the sorry is not a sincere one, it's a hateful one. Are you hearing what I'm saying today? How come you don't greet me at normal times? How come we are not really in talking? I mean, you don't talk to me. I don't know what I did. But you are the first one to hear that the downsizing that was happening in the office affected him. He said, I just called. I said, I heard that you are one of those that was downsized from your office in this hard economy. Only God will help you. These are human beings. How people can have the heart. That's what the girl was testifying, and I was wondering. That they were laughing and mocking at her. Somebody who has a gunshot wound on the chest and became almost disabled. People are laughing at her. Oh no. We're in a meeting one day, a little meeting. I think a classmates meeting. And one of the young men looked at one and said, you. My child is almost about to go to university now. You have not yet married. What is happening to you? You people, catch him. I said, what are you talking about? Is there anybody who is in his normal ability that will deliberately remain like this? Do you think that supposing a witchcraft is fighting him? Suppose an ancestral power is fighting him. Don't say that again. I called the young man aside. What does it take for you to get married? What's hindering you? See, he doesn't really know, but he doesn't have a job. All right, let's get about it. Called him to Abuja to my office. Long story made short, give me the bill of anything you want. Go and get married. Have you found somebody? Say he found somebody already. Long story made short, less than a year from that time, or 6 months, he was married. Pushed him all manner of resources. And also assisted him to be established, because if he gets married, he needs to take care of the wife. Because you can marry for him, but will you feed the wife for him? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Say, something that should provoke empathy is provoking mockery. That is the hateful world we live in. Something that should make you pity a person, you are laughing at him. Say, look at his wear, look at the shoe he's wearing. Some people can say signboard, the same dress all the time, the same dress all. If he has a new dress, will he wear the same dress? Say the same cloth all the time. This is signboard. You don't know that God is giving you a revelation. That since your eyes are open to see that he's having only one dress, change his dress. Change his dress, change his shoe. For knowing and not doing something about it is part of your own judgment. What some people are using to mock people is what God will use to judge them. You are laughing at this man for this and laughing at her for that, and you did nothing about it. The Bible said, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. That is the hate world we live in. celebrating misfortunes, mocking people for what they should be pitying them about. Toxic hate. No matter how big or small their victim is, they refer to them despisingly, disdainly, disrespectfully. In fact, when people are full of hate, for example, and you see somebody and you bend and say, "Good morning, sir." They are wondering, "Sir, good morning, sir, to who? Who is he? What is he that you want to say, sir?" In 2 Timothy chapter 3 and in verse 2, the Bible talks about people without natural affection. Verse 1, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, despisers of those that are good." Or in fact, those that they hate, they despise them. There are some people, by the time they finish talking about their victim, their hate subject, you won't buy the man for 1 naira. You won't. For a dime. Look at this, look at him. Somebody is passing, he is their subject. Slanderously. If mouth was bullet, the man would have died. If words were bullet, they have already killed him with their mouth. Some sit with their wife and their children. Somebody is their topic. A pastor is their topic. A Christian brother in church is their topic. At the end of the day, what did you gain? What has been achieved? Other than you use words to kill a person. Is God speaking to anybody here today? In the walk of love, the reputation of people is safe in your hands, is safe with you. Even bad people, their badness is not a subject from your mouth. Are you hearing what I'm saying here? It is not a subject from your mouth. There are people I have had discussion with, discuss their challenges or discuss their whatever. I am privy to certain things about their lives that no mortal will hear under heaven, not my wife, because it will be injustice to that person's character to open up something that should be protected for the protection of their reputation. Do you understand what I'm talking about? There are people, the person didn't, and I'm going to come to that one just shortly. The person didn't even do anything. When my wife asks 1 or 2 questions, whenever, and I am mute, once mute, it's okay, I realize it is something you don't want to talk about. That's the end. Someone did something, and whatever the person did had consequences that was almost life-threatening to the person. And I realized a flock, a sheep. And after restoring the person, process of prayer and process of fasting and mercy from God and so on, person said, "I am sorry before God and before Pastor. I'm sorry. Please let mommy know I am sorry." I say, "Mommy is not aware of anything except you want me to tell her now." He said, "Okay, no need." Because he assumes that it is husband and wife. So whatever I know, she must know. I said, no, it's not like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Somebody comes and says, "Oh, you know, that one, you did abortion. This one did this, that one did." Wow. So that the next time they see the person passing, they see them with a bad eye. The respect they had for them crashes. Don't do that. Any dignity you want to have, allocate it to the other person. Any respect you want to have, allocate it to the other person. You arrive at a place, at a function, everybody is seated, and you came and greeted. "Hello, good day. How are you?" Shake me. Don't be afraid. "How are you? Happy to see you. Happy to see you." As he sees me shaking and shaking, drop your things. Drop your things. This guy just stood up and said, "See you all later." He walks out. In other words, my enemy just arrived. I must not only not greet him, but I can't be where he is. He just stands up to your looking. Maybe you have a speech to present. As soon as they introduce you, somebody carries his bag. So bye. Toxic hate. Hate that looks like witchcraft. The person who broke your heart is the person that your best friend is dating and claims he wants to marry. To your notice, they printed their whatever card and posted it and tagged you. In my class, There is a young man, medical school class, on a permanent basis. Any day you see him say, guys are bad. Guys are bad. That is how we have in this world. People are really bad. Not that they are doing the thing and you are not aware. They want you to know what they are doing so it can pain you. Toxic hate. I am saying so you can be aware of the symptoms, so you are not a bearer of this hate. I am also saying it so that you can know how to respond to it. In Proverbs chapter 18, chapter 12, and in verse 18, it said, there is he that speaketh like the piercings of a sword. He's saying things, he's doing things as if he carries a knife. This man, we heard he killed person. He says it's true, it's possible. He can do anything. The decision to judge and draw negative conclusions, even before they hear from their victim, they believe the worst. Hatred is bad, though. And let me give you just a practical example. In this hate generation, man comes home from work, wife jacks him on the collar. So let's continue the fight from yesterday. The man ran. He returns back home, she carries a pestle that they used to pound the yam. It's about to hit his head, he ran. Next day, man appears home. Wife carries a knife or holds him in his, don't know what the Bible calls it. Like he wants to kill him and choke him. White man finally packs from the house. Wife goes on the internet. Wicked man abandons wife and 4 children to starve to death in this economy. Without hearing a word from the man, professional haters go to town. Especially if the man is popular, go to town. So we know he's such a wicked man. Look at him. Just tear him to pieces. That is the hate generation we live in. The victim is not heard. At times, the so-called victim is not the victim. At times, the attacked is the victim, but it's not heard. But the world is so filled with hate that people just jump on everything. You see Proverbs chapter 18 verse 13, very serious scripture. It says, he that answereth a matter before he heareth it. He already has an answer before hearing from the other side. He said to him, it is foolishness and shame. Foolishness and shame. He has already jumped to conclusion. In the work of love, you give people the benefit of the doubt. You consider them not guilty until proven otherwise. That's the work of love. That's the standard work of love. People who walk in hatred instead of love, they exist permanently with a critical and judgmental spirit, blinded with hate and bitterness. They will never see any right move you made. They will never see any right step you took. Nothing to say good about, nothing. Permanent fault finders. Existence. Matthew chapter 7 verse 1. Judge not that you be not judged. He said for verse 2. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. There are people who put themselves in judgment seat. I'm sure you know that. They are judges of everybody. Some call themselves social critic. The aim is to judge everybody. Some open a whole internet, a page, right? The only thing to do is to pick people and just cut them after the other. There are some who says that no pastor is good on earth and no church is good. In fact, nobody is good. Maybe they are the only one good, which is a total 100% lie. It is the spirit of the devil that try to find fault even in Jehovah in Genesis. For God knows. God is not sincere. He's hiding something from you. That is why he says you shouldn't eat the fruit.